It's 1958, somewhere in the Nevada desert. A battered U.S. Air Force truck rumbles across cracked asphalt toward a remote test site. Inside, a young physicist clutches a classified folder so tightly his knuckles turn white. He hasn't told his wife what this meeting is about because even he can't believe it. His orders? Help figure out how to detonate a nuclear bomb on the moon. This wasn't science fiction. This was Project A-119, and it was very real. At the height of the Cold War, fear wasn't just in the air, it was baked into every decision. America had been caught off guard in October 1957 when the Soviet Union launched Sputnik, the first man-made satellite. A metal ball, beeping defiantly from orbit, announcing to the world that America was no longer ahead. It wasn't just a technological defeat, it was a humiliation. And humiliation has consequences. In Washington, paranoia turned to desperation. The Soviets were already winning the space race. What if they were also planning to put nuclear weapons in orbit? What if they got to the moon first? President Eisenhower's advisors convened behind closed doors. No cameras, no transcripts. What followed was stranger than fiction. A proposal to detonate a nuclear bomb on the surface of the moon. Not to destroy it, just to show they could. A cosmic display of dominance, a fireworks show of fear. The logic was both brilliant and terrifying. You couldn't hide a mushroom cloud on the moon. It would be visible from Earth. Proof to the Soviets and to the world that America still led the way in power, science, and willpower. It wasn't about destruction, it was about theater. The Air Force called in top minds to make it happen. Among them, a 25-year-old grad student named Carl Sagan. Yes, that Carl Sagan, the future voice of science. Back then, just a kid in a lab coat calculating dust clouds and fallout trajectories for a moon-based detonation. Decades later, he would tell us to look at the stars and dream. But here, in the belly of Cold War madness, he was quietly sketching how to nuke one. They studied the physics obsessively. The bomb would be smaller than Hiroshima's but packed with impact. The target site? The moon's terminator, the dividing line between lunar day and night, so the blast would be dramatically backlit by the sun. It had to be visible. Otherwise, what was the point? They calculated plume height, particle reflectivity, fallout dispersion. Every variable accounted for except one. What if it worked too well? Because in a secret office below Kirtland Air Force Base, one man raised a question nobody wanted to hear. What if we crack the moon's crust? The room went quiet. No one answered. The paper trail doesn't say who asked. Maybe no one wanted their name on it. Maybe they already knew the risk. Maybe they just didn't care. But even the government has limits. Somewhere between late 1959 and early 1960, Project A-119 quietly vanished. No press release, no budget freeze. Just silence. Files were buried. Participants were told never to speak. The moon remained untouched. And for nearly 40 years, the world had no idea how close we came. Then, in the late 90s, a British astronomer stumbled upon a retired Air Force officer named Leonard Rifle. In a casual interview about lunar research, Rifle mentioned a project, off the record, about a nuclear test on the moon. The astronomer blinked. Wait, what? Rifle shrugged. Yeah, it was called Project A-119. Crazy, huh? The story spread slowly, then erupted. Declassified documents confirmed it all. Carl Sagan's involvement, the Air Force funding, the calculations. It was real. The world had just forgotten, or maybe it was never meant to remember. But here's the part they don't teach in classrooms. The Soviets were working on the same thing. K Project. That was the name. A parallel plan to nuke the moon, or worse, place nukes on it. Some say the two nations were racing, not just to space, but to the edge of sanity. It was a staring contest in the void, and both sides blinked just in time. Still, the fact remains. In a world of infinite options, the smartest men on Earth nearly chose nuclear war, with a rock in the sky. And not for defense, not for exploration, but for a message. It tells you everything about the Cold War you need to know. It wasn't about logic, it was about symbolism, about showing teeth, about letting the world know that the biggest, brightest power could reach beyond Earth and make it burn. Imagine it now, a black sky, silent except for the eerie glow of a mushroom cloud blooming over the sea of tranquility. A moment carved into history. A species announcing itself to the universe with a bang. But it never happened. And that's the miracle. Somewhere between madness and reason, someone hit pause. Maybe they realized how insane it was. Maybe they got scared. Maybe it was just budget cuts. We'll never know. But what we do know is this. For one terrifying moment in history, the moon wasn't a symbol of peace. It was a target,